Call to order the regular meeting of the Dickinson City Commission for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Let the record show we're missing one commissioner, Commissioner Bear. First item this evening is the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you all for coming this evening. We'll begin with the order of business. Mr. Dossinger, are there any changes to the order of business?
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the Commission. There is no change to the order of business this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Dossinger. Any questions on the order of business? Not, I look for a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion to approve the order of business as presented.
Second.
With a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the order of business as presented, state aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item is the consent agenda. Are there any items on the consent agenda that the commissioners wish to discuss? If there are no items that they wish to discuss, I would ask for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Murphy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Riddle?
Aye.
Mr. Frederick?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. We'll move into administration and finance. Our first item this evening is our 2026 alcohol license renewals. Mr. Dossinger?
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the Commission. Each year, the City Commission reviews and approves the renewal of liquor licenses for establishments operating within city limits. The 2026 liquor license renewals include 18 commercial on-sale, off-sale license renewals, 2 motel, hotel license renewals, 3 lodge, club license renewals, 14 restaurant license renewals, 1 beer and wine concession license renewal, 1 microbrewery renewal, and 3 beer-only renewals. 3 establishments have decided not to seek renewal for the year 2026. These establishments are as follows: Edgewood Dickinson LLC, Island Cuisine LLC, and Eyewear Concepts. City Administration recommends approval of all 2026 liquor license renewals. A background check has been completed, and as I stated, City staff recommends approval.
Thank you, Mr. Dossinger. Any questions on the alcohol renewal permits? Let me correct that, the license renewals. If there are no questions on the license renewals for 2026, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Frederick,
Second.
second by Commissioner Murphy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Frederick?
Aye.
Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Riddle?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. Mr. Dossinger, we have the 2026 tobacco license renewals.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the Commission. Each year, the City Commission also reviews and approves the renewal of tobacco licenses for establishments operating within city limits. The 2026 tobacco license includes 50 renewals. We are still waiting on 1 establishment to submit paperwork for renewal, which we brought forward to the Commission when submitted. City Administration recommends approval of the 2026 tobacco license renewals, which have been submitted.
Thank you, Mr. Dossinger. Any questions on the 2026 tobacco license renewals? Hearing none, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Murphy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Frederick. Any further discussion, questions? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Mr. Frederick?
Aye.
Mr. Riddle?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. We'll move into public safety. Our first Item this evening will be the presentation of the Axon contract by Chief Siani and Deputy Police Chief Hansen.
Good evening, President Decker and Commissioners. I have before you in your packet the 10-year Axon contract. This contract is a bundle of existing smaller contracts of technology that the police department has been currently using, along with some upgrades in technology to include some dictation software and some other software that's noted in your memorandum. Initially, when we started looking at this ties in our Axon body cameras, along with our interview room camera project and all of the digitized evidence associated with that system. When we initially got the body cameras, I think that was 2021. The cost of that contract, initially getting into it, eventually came out to be nearly $300,000. And now that contract is up for renewal mid-summer in 2026. Just the camera portion of that contract, if it was a standalone contract, would be hitting about $700,000. We have been paying incrementally in smaller contracts, from the interview contract to the body camera contract to a number of other things associated with Axon throughout the years. We feel it's more fiscally responsible to try to extend these contracts out to that 10-year period, just because of the mere inflation of technology that we've seen through Axon itself. We're looking at a 7 to 10% increase yearly. To give you an example of that, when we first started looking at the bundling of these contracts, it was about a $1.4 million contract over a 10-year period. Within that year and a half since we started looking at this, it went to a $1.9 million contract, and now we're up against the wall basically. Once it hits 26, that contract amount for what we're specified for is going to be $2.2 million as of January 1. So with that, the initial budget impact truly won't be felt, because we have been planning for a renewal of contract of the body camera portion and been encumbering money to help offset some of those costs. So what our intention would be is to use that kitty of encumbered money that we've been putting together for the past 3 years, along with everything else that we've been paying, have budgeted for, that's associated with Axon, which would basically pay for the first 2 years of this 10-year contract. The actual realized budget impact would come in 2028. And although it appears to be a significant number of just over $209,883,000, we actually, by using what we have budgeted in 26, it would only show an increase of right around that $55,000 range. If I don't have my numbers correct here. 54,000 about, addition to what our base budget is in 26, it would create an increase of 54,000 in 28 if we held the budget the same. I hope that makes sense. Some of the technology benefits, I brought my Axon expert here, and we also have Axon on holding pattern online, I hope. So if you have any questions, I'll certainly try to answer them myself, or turn it over to my resident experts here.
Thank you, Chief Siani. Commissioners, any questions on the Axon contract? It's a little in depth, I know that, looking through it.
I'd say.
So,
It was a significant amount, and a significant memorandum I put, try to spell it out as much as I can, because I know that's a future impact, so.
and I would take that any future upgrades on cameras and the body cameras, that's part of the contract, the automatic
It
reading
is,
through
any
that?
technological updates or upgrades are included with that
Right,
as we go, but.
saw that noted. So,
And that upgrade, that goes for everything on the package. So as new taser models come out, our current tasers that we have, and you see in the package, ours are 13 years old. So in this 10-year plan, as new devices come out, that's a part of this plan, is that our technology doesn't have to become so stale. part of this package, is keeping the best equipment, best technology out there for these guys.
I didn't see any drones.
No drones.
No drones. We do have a drone hopeful here, but no drones yet.
It's on the list, though.
Oh, I know. So, okay, any other questions or comments?
So what do you do on expansion of the force? Is there any additional, I know you said 43 body cameras.
So as it sits right now, this package, this bundle works best for our 49. Not all 49 of our sworn officers take a body cam with them each day. Chief and I, we don't have a body cam with us each day. The school systems also haven't bought into wanting our school resource officers to have a body cam in the schools each day. So this meets us currently right now. So this would be full staffed, full capabilities right now, and for anything that we see. Outside of that, you'll see that we also have additional licenses. There's 57 pro licenses. That comes, so this ecosystem that we're talking about, this evidence.com ecosystem, it's kind of almost become the lifeblood. Or anything we're getting for, whether it be if we have somebody who gets their vehicle damaged or vandalized, we can actually have officers send that person a text message, that citizen with their Ring doorbell, their Arlo stuff, they can send it right into that ecosystem. We send it right over the city attorney, right over the state's attorney system. We've seen a huge benefit into that, not to mention all of our open records requests, our redaction software. So our support staff uses this as much as our sworn staff too.
Any other questions or comments? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
If there are no further questions for the chief or the deputy chief or city staff, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. President, move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Riddle,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Murphy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Riddle,
Aye.
Mr. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Frederick,
Aye.
chair votes aye, motion carries. We will move into community development. We have a rezoning request for Wynn Heart River 4th rezone. This will be presented by City Planner Burchek.
Mr. President, if I may start out with some comments.
Go ahead, Mr. Dossinger.
Thank you, Mr. President, members of the commission. Over the weekend, a protest petition for the Winhart River 4th rezone was submitted to the building department, as well as an appeal to the Board of Adjustments. According to section 62-56, D3, if a valid protest petition opposing an amendment is filed with the city administrator or a designee by eligible property owners, a 3/4 vote of those members elected to the Board of City Commissioners is required for approval. Based on our initial review, the submitted petition appears to be valid and would require City Commission's final decision to consist of a 3/4 majority in order for this ordinance to be approved. Due to the lack of having a full board this evening with Commissioner Bear's absence, it would be my recommendation that this item be tabled this evening and placed on the next commission meeting agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Dossinger. Commissioners?
I don't have a problem with that.
All right. I'd look for a motion to table.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
We have a motion to table by Commissioner Frederick, second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Frederick?
Aye.
Mr. Riddle?
Aye.
Mr. Murphy?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. So, Ms. Burchek, you have the final plat for DN Warner subdivision.
Yes. Thank you, Commissioners. Natalie Burchak, City Planner. So the applicants are requesting approval of the DN Warner final minor subdivision, being a portion of land located in the west half of the southeast quarter of Section 22, Township 139 North, Range 96 West, within the City of Dickinson's extraterritorial zone. So according to the applicant, the purpose of the subdivision is to split the parcel in 2 lots in order to gift a portion of the property to the applicant's grandson. The proposed subdivision is approximately 40 acres. As of now, staff has received no public comments regarding the subdivision, and staff would recommend approval. I'm here to answer any questions that you guys may have as well. Staff would recommend approval.
Thank you, Ms. Burchek. Any questions on the final plat for the DN Warner subdivision. This should be Resolution 5225, 2025. Any questions? Not, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Murphy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Riddle,
Aye.
Mr. Frederick.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. We also have a final plat for 23rd Street Edition. Ms. Burchek?
Thank you, Commissioners. So the applicant is requesting the approval of a final minor subdivision plat for the 23rd Street Edition minor subdivision plat. So the proposed subdivision is a replat of lots 26 through 31, lots 36 through 41, the east 38.23 feet of lot 32, and the east 38.23 feet of lot 35 of Block 5 of the replat of lots 5 through 11, Block 1, and all of Block 5 of the Country Oaks Estate 2nd Edition subdivision, located in the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter of Section 28, Township 140 North, Range 96 West, within the city of Dickinson. So the proposed subdivision is approximately 1.88 acres, and according to the applicant, the purpose of the subdivision is to combine the existing lots into one large lot in order to provide additional paved parking spaces for the property. So this property is also applying eventually to the Board of Adjustments to include some parking spaces in their front yard setback. That's just another part of this application that will be heard in the future, most likely in January. Additionally, there are some easements located on the property that you can see in GIS. All three of those easements were vacated in the past, so although it looks as though the buildings have been constructed on those easements were vacated, so those buildings would be legally conforming as long as this plat is approved. As of now, I'm here to answer any questions that you guys might have. Staff has received no public comments regarding this subdivision. Staff would recommend approval.
Thank you, Ms. Burchek. Any questions on this 23rd Street Edition final plat? This will be Resolution 53-2025. If there are no questions, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. President, move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Frederick,
Second.
second by Commissioner Riddle. Excuse me. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Frederick,
Aye.
Mr. Riddle,
Aye.
Mr. Murphy.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Our next item this evening is at 5 p.m., so we will take a 12-minute recess. I'll call the City Commission meeting back to order. We have a public hearing now at 5 p.m. Public hearing for rezone request for the St. Joe's Plaza PUD amendment. This will be presented by City Planner Burchek.
Evening, Commissioners. Natalie Burchak, City Planner. So Community Development staff is requesting approval of an amendment to the existing St. Joe's Plaza Planned Unit Development, or PUD, for all of Block 10, all of Block 11, and lots 1 and 2 of Block 4 of the Hilliard and Manning Edition subdivision, and all of Block 14 and all of Block 15 of the Hilliard 3rd Edition subdivision located within the city of Dickinson. The purpose of this rezoning is to allow the continued operation of restaurant and retail service uses, as well as to clarify maintenance responsibility of the parking spaces along 7th Street West. So the site is approximately 4.38 acres, and the attachment, which is shown on the screen, demonstrates what the proposed changes are to the existing PUD. So as you see, item E and F for item 4, restaurants generally and limited retail services are included as uses that are permitted within the PUD. These are uses that currently exist within St. Joe's Plaza. This is just updating the PUD to make those actually permitted uses that can then get building permits through the building department. And then we are adding item 20, parking spaces to the south of the property located within the 7th Street West right-of-way shall remain public parking and shall be maintained by the city of Dickinson. Maintenance includes pavement repairs and the striping of parking spaces. The property owner and the city shall continue to collaborate in order to provide adequate snow removal services to and around the property. So this was a concern brought up by the property owner at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. So instead of just having it be a blanket city covers snow removal, we will continually work to collaborate on making sure that there is no snow issues, as this property sees quite a bit of traffic, particularly in the morning, and had concerns that city snow removal services can't quite get there in time. As of now, I'm here to answer any questions that you might have on this property. Staff has received no public comments regarding this proposal, and staff would recommend approval of this rezone request.
Thank you, Ms. Burchek. Are there any questions before I open the public hearing? This is ordinance 1841. There's no questions from the commission. I'll open the public hearing. Anyone wishes to come forward, please state your name. Let us know your questions, your concerns. Anyone from the public? Does anyone from the public wish to make comments on the rezoning request for the St. Joe's Plaza PUD amendment? Seeing no one from the public has any comments or questions, close the public hearing. Commissioners, do you have any further comments or questions on ordinance 1841? Not, I'd look for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
We have a motion to approve by Commissioner Murphy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Riddle,
Aye.
Mr. Frederick.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Our next public hearing is a rezone request for the Diamond First rezone. Ms. Burchek?
Thank you, Commissioners. So the applicants are requesting the approval of a zoning map amendment from General Commercial, or GC, to General Industrial, or GI, for the west 292.78 feet of the south 95.62 feet of Lot 1A of Block 1 of the Energy Center First Subdivision located within the city of Dickinson. The purpose of this rezoning is to subdivide the property and combine the south portion of Lot 1A with the property that is directly to the south. The area being rezoned is approximately 0.64 acres. This proposal was also proposed alongside FLP-011-2025, which was also scheduled for a public hearing at the November 12th, 2025 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, and the commissioners recommended approval of both this rezone and that final minor subdivision. The property, or the applicant's representative, is here to answer any questions that you guys may have. As of now, staff has not received any public comments regarding this property, and staff would recommend approval of this rezone request contingent on the approval of FLP-011-2025.
Right, thank you, Ms. Burchek. This is ordinance number 1842. Are there any questions for city staff or the representative for this request? If there are none, I'll open up, I'll open up the public hearing. If there's anybody that wishes to come forward, has any questions or concerns, please come forward, state your name, let the commission know what we could help you with. Anyone from the public? Is there anyone from the public has any questions or concerns on this rezone request? Seeing no one has any questions or concerns, I'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, do you have any further questions or comments on ordinance 1842, which is the rezone request for Diamond First? Look for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Frederick,
Second.
second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Frederick,
Aye.
Mr. Riddle,
Aye.
Mr. Murphy.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Our next public hearing is a rezone request for Saxs Motors rezone. Ms. Burchek?
Thank you, Commissioners. So the applicants are requesting the approval of a zoning map amendment from high-density residential, or R3, to general commercial, or GC, for lots 1 through 5 of Block 2 of the Diamond Acres subdivision located within the city of Dickinson. So the purpose of this rezoning is to allow for the applicant to combine the lots with the property directly to the north in order to expand the existing auto sales use. This was also applied for alongside FLP-013-2025, which, as mentioned before, combines these 5 lots and the lot to the north into one larger lot. City staff during the P&Z meeting had 2 kind of special conditions added to this rezone request, one of which was recommended for approval by P&Z, one of which was not. So as of now, staff recommends approval of this rezone request with the 2 following conditions. Approval of REZ-010-2025 is contingent on the approval of FLP-013-2025, and a note shall be included on the plat that the property shall not be eligible for an administrative lot modification in the future. This is to prevent the introduction of any new general commercial uses in this area without some kind of public hearing in order to give any adjacent property owners, if this develops residentially in the future, the chance to oppose of any kind of subdivision of this property if the applicant is ever to subdivide and split off these lots again. As of now, the applicant's representative is present to answer any questions that you guys may have. I'm also present to answer any questions you have. Staff has received no public comments and would recommend approval with the conditions I just mentioned.
Thank you, Ms. Burchek. This is ordinance 1843. Commissioners, any questions? Any concerns with the stipulations? Hearing none, we'll open up a public hearing. If anyone from the public wishes to come forward, please come forward, state your name, let us know your concerns or any questions pertaining to this property and this rezone request. Anyone from the public? Anyone from the public wish to comment on this rezone request? Seeing no one from the public has any comments or concerns, I'll close the public hearing on ordinance 1843, the Saxs Motor rezone. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
No.
Not, I look for a motion.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Murphy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Riddle. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Mr. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Riddle,
Aye.
Mr. Frederick.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. Thank you. We have no one signed up for public comments this evening. Commissioners, do you have any comments? I just have one note. I was sent forward a message that there will be a free soup kitchen at Food Riot coming up in the future. They were supposed to provide me with details, but they had not. So all I can provide you with is look for, there's going to be a free soup kitchen up there by Food Riot at the St. Joe's Hospital Plaza, the St. Joe's Plaza. If you can get the word out, if you see it, like I said, the individual, the citizen, did not provide me with the details they were supposed to, but I did say I would mention something. So if there are people in need, they can go up there and find out when this event is going to happen. So, anything else, commissioners? Not, I look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.